Suck my balls, Cal. No! No, he has to suck my balls!
You like to suck my balls, don't deny it.
Oh, suck my balls, you ginger Jew rat hall monitor! Punk-ass stoolie, who the f*** do you think you are? Suck my balls, K-10. That's right, suck my Canadian balls! Suck my balls! No, you suck my balls! Thanks, everybody. Suck my balls! Yeah, whatever, you can suck our balls. Suck my balls, 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 suck my balls.
How would you children like to suck on my chocolate salty balls?
Oh, you mean like a chocolate candy?
No, I mean my balls.
Yes. Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Welcome back.
snap.
That's right, welcome back
Uh-huh.
to another edition. Suck my balls. Suck my balls.
Suck my balls,
Ugh.
suck my balls,
Fuck.
suck my balls,
Yeah.
suck my balls,
Oh.
suck my balls,
Wow.
suck my balls,
Okay.
suck my balls,
Suck my balls.
suck my balls,
A South Park review. I, of course, am your host in the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high, where the air is so very, very hot and dry.
Ugh.
Your boy, M to the S to the G. You can follow me on that Twitter, Instagrammer, Matthew_Schaffer. Each and every week, me and this guy and other people, brought to you by thebigboysclub.com, bring to you a South Park review, as we are back for episode number 133, and by God, I'm not alone, making his way to the podcast after being absent for almost a couple episodes. The Mac Daddy, the OG, the S to the C to the double OP.
Come on. I'm back. Daddy's back.
Good mother.
No need to fear.
Jackson.
Skip.
Skip Jackson.
Check it out. You can follow me on Instagram at toytastic_voyage. It is going to be my Toytastic voyage. What it's going to be about is some fun stuff. Gonna have like little
Okay.
shorts of like
I like it.
freeze frame.
We'll
type
plug it
stuff.
again at the end of the podcast, but I like your enthusiasm. Get it out of the way now. I appreciate it. But we'll make sure to do it again. Since we're doing it now, then might as well get it out of the way since he's not here, unless he joins us mid podcast. He could be sleeping in. It's a Sunday. Is our boy, the doctor himself,
Dr. Dirty
Joe Vernola. And I also saw here, just based on the fact that I kind of have it memorized, join July 21st in Fort Morgan, Colorado. Lucha Libre is going to get their own presentation. Thursday Night Live. Everybody's going to see Primo's Pro Wrestling. If you live in the Fort Morgan, Colorado area, you can go to this show for absolutely free. That's right, free. Thursday Night Live. Primo's Pro Wrestling at Fort Morgan, Colorado. Tell him Joe Vernola and suck my balls. Sit you there. Okay, what's up? Yeah, we miss you, Joe. Unless you join us mid-conversation, which will be great. Well, maybe we'll bring in our own ringer. We don't know. We never know what's going to happen live on another edition of Suck My Balls. All right, so this one's called The Losing Edge.
Mm-hmm.
It's about baseball, Little League Baseball. The American pastime, playing with your buds, signing up because your dad wants to take you down and make you a man so you can win a trophy and the league can live vicariously through you and, sports.
Goal unit basket.
Goal unit basket. Well, The Losing Edge is the 5th episode of season 9, the 138th overall episode of South Park, as it aired on April the 6th, 2005.
Gosh.
Man, 2005. I was probably just about, I think my parents, I was living in Montana at this point, so I was just about to get through my junior year of high school and start my senior year. That's fall. It was about to be a crazy year for old MSG. You were probably just graduating, weren't you?
Now we were getting ready for graduation.
Yeah, you were just 1 year ahead of me. And then Joe is already like in the military, being shipped out somewhere. He's probably in Japan.
Dude, Joe is older than us.
He's like 2 years older than me, 1 year older than you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so then that makes sense.
Because you're 1 year older than me. Yeah,
That makes sense because then after that, that's when I joined the military.
yeah, exactly. So that's the discrepancy there. But yeah, Joe was probably he was in the Navy too or something.
Yeah, he was in the Navy.
So he was probably off the coast somewhere.
He's smart. He joined the Navy.
Some ship somewhere in some waters at this point in time when this episode dropped. That's pretty interesting. Little life lesson for you.
Little background.
So this episode, to give you guys a little background, is the kids are desperately want to end what they believe is a boring game. Kids don't like baseball in this context of South Park.
Slow.
It's a boring game. It takes forever. There's too many games. And the problem, though, is, Scoop, they keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
They are fortunate, or I guess in this sense, don't understand that other teams probably caught on to it early, that they didn't want to play baseball.
Yeah, they wanted their summer. They're at the age where, I would be the same. I'd be like, nah, I want my summer, dude.
I guess in that context, if you're constantly winning, I could see it. Maybe if you're on one of those losing teams, you're like, man, I just want to win some games.
True.
You know what I mean? It depends on maybe the regions and areas in which you are, and maybe at the age. You're right. Maybe it could be at the age. I mean, I played Little League Baseball probably around their time frame, though. So it was probably around the 4th or 5th grade. And, like, I wasn't, like, I wouldn't say, like, a great player. But, like, I was a good player on not the best team. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, my team never really went very far.
My Little League team, we won the World Series 3 out of 4.
Yeah, whatever.
It was pretty sick. It's pretty sick. The one time we lost was to this Astros team that went completely undefeated throughout the entire season. But, dude, they had a pitcher that was like 18 playing against like 12 and 13-year-old. No, I'm dead serious. He was like 6 foot
That's
tall.
some Adam Sandler hustle shit here with the fucking Netflix special.
He like walks up with a piece of paper. I am 12 with a $5. Legit. All right, let's play ball.
Yeah, I mean, like in my sense, like I said, I got drafted like very early to a team, but then after that, they didn't draft the best players. So I was like, oh, okay. I played for like the Phillies and stuff like that. I wanted to play for the Dodgers.
Play for the White Sox.
I just wanted to play.
And we rocked the old.
The Dodgers sucked worse than my team, but you know what? At least if I'd played for the Dodgers, it would have been on my team. Like I would have felt like I was like, yeah, Dodgers. You know what I mean? I'm playing for the Phillies and we suck. I was like, that. Anyway, that being said, the kids, they're good. The South Park cows or whatever they're going by in this sense here. So here's how the episode opens: that the boys at South Park are involved in this little league play. And the game, you know, they're very happy. The parents are very happy. The kids aren't. Now, after winning their final game, the kids begin to celebrate the season being over. But then they discover that they have to continue playing in the state championship. And since the tournament, of course, is single elimination, the boys decide that, you know, they're going to throw those games. And that way they can have their summer be free to enjoy, right? Mm-hmm. However, unfortunately, every other team in the league shares their same sentiment and hatred for baseball and is trying to do the same thing. So now it becomes a competition between all of these little league teams on who can actually lose versus actually winning. Mm-hmm. So let's give the listeners some context here. We're going to play a little bit at the start of the episode, as well as some of our, I guess you might say, top Randy moments here throughout this episode. Because Randy is certainly a focal point in the subtext here of the second episode. Now, we'll get into it later, but I think Randy kind of knows what's going on with his son in a little bit of way. And maybe he's trying to help, but we'll get there. Let's go ahead and we'll start off this episode as the boys are playing some professional baseball.
Can't hit it. Hit it out of the park, Alan. South Park sucks.
Just look at those boys out there loving the great game of baseball like we did when we were kids.
Oh, God, I'm so bored.
Yeah.
I see a ladybug. Hello, ladybug.
Strike.
That was no strike. What the hell is wrong with you, Ump?
Good call, Ump. Good call.
Come on, Alan. This pitcher throws like a girl.
My
What'd you
guy
say?
swung.
You heard me, asshole.
You want me to kick your ass
You want
right
me
here?
to kick your ass right here?
You want a piece of me? 'Cause I'm pretty sick of your goddamn mouth.
What do you want to do, huh? What do you want to do?
Randy, don't.
Better shut up, asshole!
Standing right here. How do you want to handle it?
I told you to shut up!
I just like Stan's reaction though.
Ah, Jesus, not again.
So yeah, they go back and forth. They fight, of course, in the audience there, and the boys win this game. Now, after successfully winning the game, it's explained to them that, unfortunately for them, as we mentioned, their season continues.
Over.
They won
That's it.
too many
South Park
games.
wins the
They won
game
too many
4-0.
games. But I like how they're celebrating
No more
first.
baseball! No more boring baseball until next year! We can start having fun again!
Coach comes over happy. Mr. Stotch.
We did it, boys. We did it. We're going to the finals. Woohoo!
What?
What?
We won. That means we've got the best record in the division.
Congratulations, boys. You're going on
Oh,
to the
shit, there's
postseason.
Kenny.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Postseason? Nobody said anything about a postseason.
There's more Little League baseball for South Park. Yeah! All right. You did it. All right.
So as we mentioned, the boys now upset at Whistling Willie's come up with the idea that they should just try and lose all of their games, but not in a way to where their parents will notice, obviously, because as Butters mentions, if they do, they'll get grounded. And he's like, oh, well, we can't do that.
Quietly that we're gonna let them win, and then we'll act like we're trying. Our parents will never know.
We better hope they never know, or else there's going to be heck to pay.
I tell ya. Heck to...
Boy, that was great,
Here
wasn't
comes
it?
Randy.
Yeah, our boys really stuck it to him.
Goodness.
You're out.
How much was bail this time?
$100, no big whoop. Boy, you really beat the crap out of that conifer, Dad. Well, somebody had to put that knucklehead in his place. Yeah, well, you better watch
2
yourself
beers.
in the playoffs. What do you mean? I mean, you always get into fights with scrappy redneck dads up here in the mountains, but some of those Division II dads are tough.
Yeah, those dads get really drunk and obnoxious.
I can fight anybody.
You can fight anybody.
I just need to train. I just need to get in the best shape of my life.
Now, I like this next part, though, too. Not just from a context of from what we're watching, but also from the context of, like, as far as from a listenership, or how we can break this down from a copyright. Because it's very quiet. It's just Randy. He quietly gets up. He walks into the kitchen here, right? He starts to prepare himself to train to get in the best shape of his life by cracking a couple eggs into a jar. Kind of say a montage to the original Rocky, in which you think, oh snap, Randy's going to get ready and he's going to start training like old school Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I get that. Every time I watch this, I'm like, he's about to drink. And then, no.
Nope, he just pours it into the pan and just starts frying it up here. You hear it? Cracks a beer. Burps. So there you go. That's how it starts off with Randy. That's Randy's story. He's going to be fighting, right, for the rest of his life. And now we've got the South Park kids now of getting ready to take on Fort Collins.
South Park parents to Fort Collins and the Little League Division I playoffs.
Now they're going to start talking trash about wanting to lose.
Hey guys, look, we don't want to win. So, here's a list of all the pitches I'm gonna throw in order.
Ooh! I don't think so, South Park. Yeah, you think we want to win? Then we have to keep playing this boring game. Yeah! You hate this game too? Yeah, and then we won the stupid regionals and had to do this lousy-ass tournament.
We want to play video games.
Oh,
Right.
no!
Look,
Right.
we're gonna be the losers tonight, all right?
I don't think so. There's no way you can lose to us. We're going down. We're gonna get creamed.
We're gonna get creamed.
No, we're gonna get creamed.
Does this make you want to play baseball games, though?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Oh, boy, they're really getting each other's head out there. Yeah. Let's go, South Park. These Fort Collins kids got nothing.
Woo! Come on, Fort Collins.
So every
Let 'em
time
have it. Yeah.
Randy gets drunk at these games, right? And then eventually he gets into a fight after getting, as we mentioned, too drunk enough to where he pisses off the other guy.
Before I kick your ass. Come on, let's go.
I'm right here.
Randy, sit down before you get hurt.
Throws beer on him.
Where did they get the beer from at a Little League game?
Damn it.
That's a good question. So South Park wins. They
South
continue
Park
their
wins.
they continue their winning ways. That's what happens in this episode as far as where we take it next. after the boys initially had that confrontation with the first team telling them that they want to lose, they continue to find out that no little league team wants to win. So now we jump over to Pueblo, Colorado, where Randy also has to learn some Spanish in another language, or at least pull out a dictionary so that way he can try and talk trash. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Right tres!
Right tres.
Vámonos, Pueblo! Viva la Pueblo!
Pueblo no bueno.
Pueblo.
No bueno. Pueblo. And then they get into a fight. And now the kids have won.
Can you believe it, boys? We're playing in the state championship game!
Playing in the state championship game.
Woo! Big time.
Did you ever play in any state championship games?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you ever win any state championship games?
Yeah.
You got a ring and all that?
Mm-hmm. My high school, 2 years, we won the state championship.
For what?
Baseball.
For baseball.
Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I threw an immaculate inning.
You threw an immaculate inning.
9 pitches.
9 pitches.
That's it.
That's pretty cool. So then after that, Randy is starting to... This part's great. Randy has a reminiscent point, like, kind of like, he's like, can you believe it, Stan? Fighting in the state championship.
We made it.
And like, Stan's like, God damn it. Because Stan also realizing they find out, Carmen asks the question, what happens if we win the state championship? And Mr. Stotch explains to him, well, your season starts all over again.
Oh,
but now you get to
shit.
play on a national level. So now they're like, oh, crap, we're going to lose our whole summer playing this stupid game. So Stan now storms out to try and talk to his dad.
Spend the whole summer going to Nebraska and Iowa and Wyoming.
Oh, no.
Randy outside.
Dad, we need to talk.
Can you believe it, Stan? State championship game. It's the greatest thing ever.
Greatest thing ever. Now Stan goes, God damn it, thinking it's about him, but no, obviously it's about Randy's life.
I worked hard, believed in myself, and now I'm going to be fighting in the state championship game. This is going to be the biggest fight of my life.
It really shouldn't be about his son, but it should be about his son, but Randy makes it about him. So okay, now we get the two teams being introduced here at Denver, Colorado Rockies field. And we've got Randy. He kind of starts a little trash talking, but then he's interrupted by BatDad.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! South Park is going down! Feel it coming! You ain't got a chance, South Park! Here we go, Denver!
Here we go,
Denver! Here we go! Son on second base!
Oh, looks like we got some parental trash talking going on here. Mr. Marsh, any comment? Well, I think that...
Well, I think that it should be about the kids.
You know what I mean? That's kind of the point here. And then, like, Mr. Nelson, as we find out his name, he gets escorted out.
All right, Mr. Nelson, let's go. Come on.
BatDad knows no fear! BatDad knows no pain! I want you, Marsh! I want you!
I want you, Marsh. I want you.
I want you!
So that sets up, of course, the other, story here that you've got the boys who want to lose. They want to lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got Randy, who's now going to have to fight, apparently, BatDad at the Colorado Rocky Stadium. So it's at this point in the episode that the boys come to a logical conclusion that they've seen time after time in every sports trope movie. And that's usually when it's the lovable underdogs suck, they go out and find the ringer. The one person that can help propel their team to superstar status, right? In this case, Carbon makes the logical conclusion, what if instead of we get somebody who's good, we get somebody who's really bad? It's a logical, summation to come to. Unfortunately, we weren't able to bring in our ringer at this time, Mr. Joe Vernola.
Damn it.
Damn it, it's all right. But they're going to decide to bring in somebody who's not good, as we would have brought in somebody who's good. They're going to bring in somebody who's not good, and that being Kyle's cousin. As his lovable catchphrase, as he likes to say.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm big!
I'm big!
There he is! Now don't let him know we think he's a loser, or else he won't play. Hello, Cousin Kyle. Oh, Jesus, that flight was terrible. They served a chicken dish with hot sauce, and it gave me gaze.
Give me
Thanks
gas.
for helping us out by joining our team. Well, you said you needed my help to win the big game, so here I am. I'll need a white cloth if I'm gonna play, though. Sometimes I sweat from holding the bat for so long, and then the heat steams up my glasses. He's perfect.
He's perfect.
Yeah, with him on our team, we don't stand a chance.
So now we jump back over to the Colorado Little League State Championship. Randy's having his own self-reflection. He walks on the beach, walks back in kind of a Rocky sadness moment as it was when Stallone had his moment of reflection before having to fight Mr. T again. But this time, Randy has his own moment.
I'm not gonna go.
What?
Stan's Little League game, I'm not gonna go.
Why?
I just don't think I can, alright?
You don't think you can? This is the biggest game of your son's life. Why wouldn't you go and support him with the...
Because I'm scared, alright? You want to break me down? You want to hear me say it? I'm scared!
You want to break
I
me
don't know if I
down?
believe in myself anymore. I don't know if I can take this guy, Sharon.
So don't.
So then don't. You don't have to get in fights with other parents at Little League games. Just sit there and watch.
Sharon will never
Look, I
understand.
get what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to realize that I have to fight him because it's who I am.
No, I'm telling you, you don't have to get thrown out of games and make an ass of yourself.
That's the edge.
I've lost my edge.
Sorry, Sharon.
Sorry, Sharon.
But you have to take Stan to his Little League game alone.
So stupid. So, of course, the kids come out and they're like, we don't suppose you wanted to win. They're like, oh, hell no, we don't want to win. You're going down. Or we're going down, whatever.
We're going down.
So now, of course, the game starts up and we got, Kyle. As Kyle number 2, he shows up to play the game.
Ball too fast because I may get startled.
I may get startled.
I may get started and then I may freak out with the rash.
Yeah, right! Jesus, not so close! That was 3 feet away from hitting me in the head!
He's not gonna swing. Throw balls.
Oh, Jesus!
Strike 2!
So obviously he clearly sucks. But then the team does something that the boys didn't expect. These boys actually practiced at getting bad. They practiced at being able to pitch themselves out. They throw it at Kyle's bat.
Bunt! Run, kid!
They call it a bunt.
Oh, Jesus!
So he runs around the bases here because nobody wants to pick up the ball. And he gets a home run.
In Stan.
Safe!
Fireworks go off and shit.
Home
Oh,
run.
Jesus, did you see that? I hit a home run! High five!
High five, everybody.
Oh, my God. Their pitcher was able to hit him right on the bat. Dude, we had it all wrong. While we spent all our time trying to make our team suck, these guys
Got good at sucking.
These guys got good at sucking. Yeah, they got good at sucking. It's crazy. Like a crazy notion that they would come up with to like actually train themselves to bat themselves out. That's somebody who really doesn't want to play this game no matter what. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they were like, no, we're going to do whatever it takes to get out of it. So
spit sucking.
they keep it on.
No!
Like, dude, that's like legendary. Like hitting the bottom of the bat like that, that takes some ultra precision. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you got to really be practicing, like trying to get yourself out.
Really be practicing.
So anyway, let's go ahead now. We're going to jump to the end here as the boys are really down, right? They're really down and out and they're getting their ass handed to them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way like they're going to be able to come back from this, right? Even fucking Butters is hanging out in the outfield looking for a butterflyer. They bat themselves out.
Out!
Jesus Christ! They can bat themselves out!
So they can pitch themselves out or pitch to get themselves enough runs and then bat themselves out.
Our whole summer, dude. We have to play this boring game all summer long.
All
Son of a
summer.
biscuit!
Son of a biscuit! I like how Butters always uses like expletives like that.
It's the bottom of the last inning here.
Oh,
Coors
yeah,
Field.
28
Score is South
oh.
Park 23, Denver 0.
23-0.
Strike 1! Come on, Denver! Get the lead out! Do not
Now
cross
Randy
the
shows up.
BatDad.
Jeez, I really wish this guy would shut up.
He's
Why
getting
don't you
smashed,
just go
too.
home, South Park? You can't beat Denver.
Denver sucks ass.
Denver sucks ass. Fucking
With 5 beers.
Come on, South Park. These kids can't play. In fact, these kids are terrible.
These kids are terrible.
Strike 2.
Oh, Jesus, we're
Start
gonna
beating
win.
him. That's what I
never
would do.
won a sport
I
before.
just
This is
start
so
beating him.
exciting.
Throw little lobs, beat
It's
him.
over, Denver.
Load the bases
South Park
and just
whooped your ass.
keep walking them.
You better shut your mouth before I shut it for you.
Right here.
What do you want to do?
What do you want to do, huh? BatDad's been waiting.
I've been waiting for you, Marsh.
This can't get any worse.
So BatDad throws Randy through a table.
Now for the finishing move.
You're about to be BatDaddy.
You're about to be BatDaddy.
And then he misses him here.
His pants fall down.
It all comes down to this. South Park is...
So then, of course, the announcers recognize the fact that, some parents have, started fighting on the actual concourse here. And the Little League has a no violence policy.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. So if they continue fighting, they're going to end up getting their teams disqualified. Well, that excites, of course, Stan and the rest of his team.
from being state champions. Oh, geez, it looks like two parents are fighting. They better be careful. The Little League has a no-tolerance policy. Stop! Stop or you're gonna get your teams disqualified.
Disqualified? Fight! Keep fighting!
This is one of my favorite moments probably in South Park history, like top 10. Randy gets taken down. It's probably because I have a love so much for Rocky 3.
It's so
I
good.
fucking love Rocky 3.
I love all the Rockies.
That's enough.
But Rocky
The next
2 and
person
Rocky
that
3.
fights is getting
But
his team
Rocky 3 for sure.
disqualified.
He's done for.
He's done for anyways.
Come on, Dad, get up! Get up! You have to fight!
All right, come on, let's play ball.
Randy!
That's real. This isn't real.
Get up, Rock.
Mickey Rourke,
Get up,
or
you
whatever his name is.
Get
I'm
up,
sorry.
Randy! Fight! Fight for me!
Randy.
Meredith Burgess. All rest in peace.
Randy. Hey, BatDad.
Hey, Meredith. I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell.
I'm the best around.
Stop right now.
I'm the best around. You better have a hammer.
The pants.
Around.
That's it. South Park is disqualified.
Got him.
South Park has been disqualified from the game. Denver wins.
Denver wins.
We lost.
We lost.
What? I thought this was a free country.
Oh, America.
You're the greatest.
You're the greatest.
The ending freeze frame just gets me.
Oh, ladies and
That's it.
gentlemen, that's your full recap there for another South Park episode here, as we laid it out for you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick commercial break and a quick music break, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors and our friend Andrew Soto, who's also got some submissions in over on the South Park social media side. So if you see any of his music covers, go check out Andrew Soto on YouTube. As well, he submitted a bunch of stuff. We're gonna play "Live to Win" because it's one of my favorites here. We'll be right back on the other side.
What do you say, guys? You can just hang outside in the sun all day tossing a ball around, or you can sit at your computer and do something that matters.
Day by day,
subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast, just type that in, subscribe to our feed, and you'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review. Hey guys, we just want to take this quick time out here just to recognize our sponsor. What's that? Well, who's our sponsor?
Baked Boys Club.
Baked Boys Club. TheBakedBoysClub.com.
The Baked Boys Club.
That's right, the Baked Boys Club. You can use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save how much, Joe?
20 motherfucking percent.
20.
You heard it right.
20%.
20%.
That's right, 20%. 20. That's 1/5 off your order just by typing in Suck My Balls Pod at thebakedboysclub.com. What does the Baked Boys Club have? Well, they've got hats. We interrupt this broadcast, actually, the sponsor read, just to actually tell you that we've got a late-breaking purchase to let you know. Scoop, didn't you just recently purchase something from the Baked Boys Club using the Suck My Balls Pod code?
Yeah, the skate shop looking logo one, and it was 25 or whatever it was, but after the code and everything, it was only $20.
$20. So you're actually saving more money now with the Baked Boys Club code? Is what you're telling me?
Whatever it is.
Gosh, so use the code SuckMyBallsPod at thebakedboysclub.com. Baked Boys, not just a brand. It's kind of sort of a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And Joe was too baked enough to do this read because he's not here. But we are back now on the other side. Welcome back to the other side here. We're going to talk about a little bit of trivia. Scoop, why don't you go ahead and start us out? Tell us about this starting lineup that the South Park team had.
All right, so the starting lineup is the pitchers, Stan, catchers, Eric, first base is Tolkien. Or I guess we should use Tolkien. No?
You said it correctly. Tolkien or Tolkien is still correct as long as you have that L in there.
Tolkien. Okay. And then Kyle's at second base. Third base, we got Craig. Shortstop is Clyde. Right field, Tweak. Center field, Kenny. And left field, Butters. And, of course, the coach is Steven Stotch. So a little bit more trivia here. We got Jimmy, Kevin, and Francis are also seen on the team. This is the only episode to date in which Kenny is fully seen without his parka throughout the whole episode, with the brief exception of the scene in the airport. One of the fathers, Randy, fights with bears, a striking resemblance to Skeeter. Yeah. Jimbo was seen as the home umpire. Oh, shit. I didn't even notice. In this episode, Craig's hair is shown to be brown. However, in most of the cases, Lice Capades, South Park is gay, and You're Getting Old, his hair is black. At the beginning of the episode, when they win the game, Kenny's voice seems to be muffled even without his parka on. This is one of the few episodes where Kyle is seen without a hat. Kenny's number is 13, likely a reference to his extremely bad luck. Kenny had previously worn the number 13 playing football in Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride. Though, unlike that episode, he did not die. In Whistling Willie's, Timmy is seen sitting with the team wearing baseball uniform, but is never seen for the rest of the episode.
He's like a mascot, a little bit of a mascot there, like he's just on the team to be on the team, you know what I'm saying?
Just like if he was really on the team, I don't understand why they won so much. Anyway, when South Park and Denver meet before the game, Jimmy is seen wearing a baseball uniform on the field, but is never seen playing. He may be the team mascot, so of course, yeah, he's probably the team mascot. The boys were last seen playing baseball in A Child Abduction Is Not Funny, where they enjoyed it. They have seemingly lost interest by this episode.
Well, were the kids really enjoying it? I don't know. Because in Child Abduction Is Not Funny, it was more along the lines the parents had locked out the rest of the town. Mm-hmm. And so like the playing the baseball might not have been, I'd say, fun. It might have been a way for at least them to have interaction with other kids, because now the town was locking everything down because they were making them wear helmets, and then eventually they had to go live with the Mongolians.
Right. Despite stating that he wouldn't return in the entity, Kyle Schwartz comes back to South Park. Although he didn't reappear he did reappear briefly in Red Sleigh Down as Eric's naughty or nice accountant.
you didn't need to like do all this twice or whatever. It's like that's how bad Eric Cartman's I guess naughty list at that point was. That's why he was trying to bring Christmas to Iraq.
Mm-hmm. The kids' hatred of baseball is based on the fact that Parker and Stone do not like baseball. Okay. Mr. Stotch appears to be like all baseball coaches and favors his son to be in a better field position. Meanwhile, poor Kenny is stuck in right field. Generally, where players see the least amount of action, a better coach would have Kenny in left, Tweak in center, and Butters in right.
Is that true? Would you think about that? Because I don't know.
No, I definitely disagree with that. Because I would feel like you would need 3 good outfielders because it doesn't matter if center field sees the most action or not. You want to have your best arms and your best, speed to cover out in outfield. So.
I would agree. And I get the notion because there are more right-handed batters, right? So you're going to hit it more toward left and center field, I guess, as far as your natural swing is occurrence. But at the same time, I played right field as a little leaguer. I enjoyed playing right field. I thought it was fun. Like I wanted to be like Raul Mondesi. So and he had a rocket. So
right. Same with like Aaron Judge. He started in right field. That dude had a fucking rocket.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
All of the teams that the boys play against, Conifer, Fort Collins, Greeley, and Pueblo, are real towns in Colorado.
And I want to point out here, they did a pretty good, accurate representation as far as the setting. I'm not going to say the people. I don't want to be like, oh, they, like those people from the towns are just like that. But as far as like the clothes and the setting from what I've seen, being in Colorado, even to this day, some of that is still an accurate representation of some of those smaller towns.
I dig it. Coors Field, where the final match takes place, is a real baseball stadium located in Denver and home to the Colorado Rockies.
I lived like 2 miles away when I lived there. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Pretty cool. In the creator's commentary, Trey Parker and Matt Stone mentioned that the concept for the episode came from the idea that the boys looked cute in baseball uniforms, but it also created a problem since the boys look very similar in the same baseball uniform with the exception of Cartman and Tolkien. They also mentioned how they had difficulty animating the episode since making the team deliberately lose meant also creating a new set of rules. But the inclusion of BatDad helped them since it would be easy to cut away to him when they ran into logistical issues. In the final baseball field scene, multiple promotions for fictional companies can be seen, which are parodies of real company. Lizard Aid, a parody of Gatorade. Mocha-Cola, a parody of Coca-Cola.
All right, and that is some of your trivia. I'll break down some of your references to pop culture here, just to move through here. The song Randy Trains To, You're the Best, is by Joe Esposito, which is the tournament montage song, of course, used in the Karate Kid. Randy can be heard singing the chorus when he is fighting BatDad, and the song is also played at a much faster tempo. I'm the best around. This episode, like Stanley's Cup and to a lesser extent Aspen, is a spoof of sports films. The boys' plot parodies the usual plot of going against many opponents in hopes of winning, despite them seemingly being better at the game, while Randy parodies the plot of getting ready for a big confrontation with the final opponent. There, of course, are numerous references to the 1976 film Rocky and its sequels, which include the scene where Randy viewing the empty stadium and walking along the beach before climbing into bed and tells Sharon that he can't do it is an exact reproduction of the scene of the original film, which he visits the ring before his fight with Apollo Creed.
They were pretty good at this, too. I really like it.
And then, of course, immediately after that, when Randy gets out of bed and tells Sharon that it's because he's afraid, that dialogue is similar to Rocky 3, where Rocky tells Adrian that he has a fear of facing Clubber Lang. And, of course, that's when they come up with the sure it's a win, Rocky win. I love that. I love that movie. BatDad is a pistache of Batman, Thunderlips, and Apollo Creed, a amalgamite, if you will, of all those characters. BatDad calls himself the ultimate Little League trash-talking father, which is a parody of Thunderlips, who called himself the ultimate male. BatDad then says, I want you, Marsh, I want you, which is, of course, a parody of Apollo Creed that he would say. Diedrich Bader, who voices BatDad, would later voice Batman in a later animated series titled Batman, the Brave and the Bold. That's funny. The same guy who voiced Batman in the later series was BatDad.
Okay.
When Randy beats BatDad, the original score from the Rocky movie is used, as you heard. Randy is wearing a sweatsuit identical to the one Rocky wears in Rocky, Rocky 2, and Rocky Balboa. Randy wakes up too early wearing a hooded sweatshirt and sweatpants, cracks open some eggs, as we mentioned, pours them into a glass, and as we told you, that was a reference to the movie Rocky, as well as John Candy did this once in a Rocky parody scene of a Second City television sketch. The last scene where Randy gets knocked down by BatDad and the sound of a heartbeat with jittery footage of people cheering Randy on before the spirit of Mickey appears and tells him to get up references the final fight between Rocky and Tommy the Machine Gun in Rocky 5, the worst fucking Rocky movie of all time.
Which one?
Rocky 5.
Oh, I didn't see anything after Rocky.
You didn't see Rocky 4? Drago?
Oh, yeah.
That's Rocky 4.
Okay.
So you didn't see Rocky 5 then?
No.
Did you see the new ones? Rocky Balboa? Did you see Creed?
No.
Creed 2?
No.
All right, so let me tell you. As we go, I'll finish this here. The original scene has the sound of a heartbeat. We already talked about. And after Randy gets back up, blah, blah, blah. Okay. At one point, Cartman mentions that they need to find a sweet replacement player. Clyde says, like that motorcycle kid in Bad News Bears. This is a reference to Kelly Leak from the 1976 film. And there's a close-up shot of Kyle Schwartz getting ready to swing at the third pitch. The bat he has is signed by MLB player Barry Bonds. One more continuity thing. Randy's role in this episode is mentioned by Sharon in You're Getting Old. So let's talk about Rocky for a second, since you didn't watch past Rocky 4. So Rocky 5 is a horrible movie. It's a dumb, stupid plot. So in the movie itself, Rocky comes back now. He's kind of, pretty much retired, and he starts coaching. And he coaches this real-life boxer, who actually the actor plays him as well, or the boxer plays the actor, if you will, Tommy Gunn. And he coaches this guy, and at some point throughout the movie, the reason why he has to start coaching him is because, and this is such a dumb plot point that this started out. This is how the movie started out. Paulie, Adrian's brother, she signs away power of attorney to all of their assets. Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but he signs away all their attorneys. So guess what? They get poor again. And they have to move back to Philadelphia. And now his son's getting picked on, his younger son, who's now kind of like, middle school or whatever. So he's trying to teach him how to be a man. And then now he has to start coaching Tommy the Gun. And then eventually Tommy the Gun turns on Rocky. Spoiler alert, by the way, but if you haven't seen this movie, I don't care. It's been out for like 30 years. Eventually, then there's a Don King type of character who starts representing Tommy the Gun. And then Stallone and Tommy the Gun fight in the streets, and Stallone beats him. And that's how the movie ends. But it's like he got all the way to top to become rich, and then all of a sudden, Paulie gets to be the one that signs away power of attorney just because when Rocky was under whatever inebriation he was outside of the country in Russia, Paulie was the only one apparently who had control at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was stupid. It was dumb. It was a dumb plot point that happened. That being said, that's how Rocky 5. Now, Rocky Balboa is actually not bad. That's a pretty good movie. I would say that's a good movie.
I think now I remember why I didn't want to see Rocky 5 is because Rocky wasn't the boxer. I think that's why I didn't want to see it, is because it shifted from, Stallone's character as being Rocky, which I loved. And then the whole premise of him was being a coach. I was like, nah, I don't want to see Rocky now.
So he was good in Balboa. And then I think I watched the first Creed. I thought he was good in the first Creed. I haven't seen the second one yet. Everyone says the second one's even better. So,
All right, I'll check it out.
But there you go, guys. That's some of your trivia, your continuity, your references to pop culture there. Some Rocky talk, your South Park recap. Scoop, what did you think of this episode as a whole?
This episode is definitely in my top 50. It's funny. It goes quick. It doesn't linger on, arbitrary plot points. It's smooth. It's streamlined. It would be easier to talk about what I didn't like. It would have been funny to see Timmy on the field. So they could have probably used that to help him lose a little bit more. But, I think that they couldn't do that because of like the logistics and everything. So it's really hard to
point.
say what I didn't like about this episode.
Yeah, I would agree. This is in my top 50 as well. The songs, the music, no matter what, at the same time, we grew up wanting to play baseball. It was a fun game. So it takes you back to that nostalgic time of being a kid, playing baseball in the summer with your friends and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I would have to say from everything, and of course you got to appreciate we've seen different patterns of Randy, but this is a full-on coming out party episode, I'd say, for full Randy. You know what I mean? Him getting
Full
drunk,
Randy.
him fighting, him getting catchphrases. This is, I would say, Randy's reckoning almost, if you will.
I'm the best around.
Right? So there you go, guys. I would agree. My top 50 as well. So there you go. That is going to do it for another edition of Shake My Balls. Shake My Balls. Shake my balls. A South Park review. Of course, I'm your host, The Heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high where the air is so dry. Your boy, MS to the G. You can follow me under that T, followed by that ING at Matthew_Schaffer. Each and every week, me and Scoop and my buddy Joe and the rest of our friends like to deliver South Park reviews to you. Check us out on link.tr/ee. linktr.ee/South Park Pod. linktr.ee/South Park Pod. Linktree. Or Google it. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Suck My Balls Pod, South Park Pod on Facebook. And of course, you can also check us out on the YouTube. Give us a 5-star review, subscribe. Let us know that you like the show. Scoop, you had some stuff to plug. What's going on in your world?
So I got the Toy-tastic voyage going on. So it's going to be mainly about a bunch of collectibles and stuff that I have, and then me and another buddy are going to be working on still frames with toys fighting each other. These types of videos are already out there, but we're going to try and do a little bit of a twist on it and have some fun with it because we've got quite a few things to work with. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Some big things are going to be coming in the works, so keep your eye out. So it's Toy-tastic_voyage on Instagram, so keep your eyes out. It's going to be fun.
All right. And of course, shout out to our boy, Dirty J Vernola. You can check out him on Twitter and Instagram at JAVVernola and JV Vernola, or just type in Joe Vernola on Facebook. And if you message him and let him know you're a friend of the podcast or you like the podcast, I'm sure he'll accept your friend request. Or you can also just join us if you're on Facebook by going to the South Park Fans United group. Got a couple thousand members in there. Myself, Adam, and my buddy Justin, as well as Joe is a moderator in the well. So you can jump in there if you want to chat about South Park. You can also check out, as we mentioned, Primo's Pro Wrestling, which Joe Vernola works for. The only event, as I mentioned, that I know that's upcoming, just because I saw it, July 21st, Thursday night live in Fort Morgan, Colorado. Based on the website, I did look at it. It doesn't look like it costs anything. Don't quote me on that, but it just looks like it's free. Thursday Night Live looks like it's a city event. So if you're into professional wrestling, you're in the area, go check it out. It's a free show. Thursday Night Live, support the vendors out there in the city and the people, and get some Lucha Libre wrestling in your eyes and in your ear holes. Of course, you can also check me out on Actfresh Studio. Actfresh Studio on all social media outlets, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and we put up a different amount of content from football related franchise series such as the Michael Vick 2K2 series, as well as other cringe and comedy based content, food reviews, and more.
Yeah, come see me get oiled down.
You can also see Scoop get oiled down there. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you each and every week for stopping by for another edition of Suck My Balls, because without you, we wouldn't have friends. We would feel like that there is no South Park. There would feel like there's an empty hole. There would feel like it would be like the death of us. And you know who else is what's coming up next week? The death of Eric Carmen. So check us out now on the very next episode of the death of Eric Carmen on another edition of Suck My Balls. We'll be back. See you next week. Laters, guys.